And we got a special guest here today, Big Ronnie Paracella, with his greatest, sexiest, biggest SM1 Spider-Man 1 1990 collection. And it's good to see you, Ronnie, because it's been a long time and we've been talking back and forth, trading books, selling and buying books, and we've never even got together to do a video or even talk. So I've been looking forward to this. I'm actually really excited to look at the collection up front, and show everybody in the world, whoever wants to watch your collection. So let's see what we got. You how'd you start collecting to start off with?
Oh, I started as a kid. What my Spider-Man bug was bitten in 1990 when all of these came out, and oh my God, special first collector's item issue. I think we all got bit by that back then. Everybody was collecting.
Kid.
Oh man, and the fact that it was the biggest print run of its time, and it was my favorite artist at the time, and there was a lot of things that came together to make 12-year-old or 11-year-old little Ronnie want to get on that book. And I was lucky enough. I grabbed the gold UPC when I was a kid for $1. And when I broke it out, when I started collecting again about 5 years ago, it turned out to be a 9.8, and I did very well with it. So that was a nice little one that got me started and made me want to chase them all when I started collecting again.
Yeah. How old were you when that came out in 1990?
12.
Yeah, me too. So we're
probably not yet 12, because no, I turned 12 in November. So yeah, 11.
Yeah, I turned 12 in March of 90, so I'm actually a little older than you.
There you go.
So people think that there's only 3 versions of this book, and they're very wrong. There's way more than 3 versions, but just from the basics, what are your variants of the Spider-Man 1 books as far as the originals?
Well, let's pull them out and see.
Good idea. I'm drinking a beer, so y'all don't mind me.
So all right, let's start with the OG. Green cover. About as good as it gets. They don't make 11s.
That is correct.
So this, as you can see here, I'll come up a little closer. You can see that the background has a greenish tint to it, and that the webs are purple. Okay. Now CGC calls this the same book as another one I'm about to show you, but I include it as a different version of the original 9 printings. I have theories about why there was a variance, but let me find the other green cover just so you can see the difference. Now you see the difference here. It's not as green, it's more yellow, and the webs are silver.
Yes, the
So
silver webs.
see if we can do it side by side.
That's correct. Once you see it, you
see them side by side, how pronounced the difference is.
That's correct. Now, Ronnie, is that because of the newsstand, or is that just something different that you think, or is it because it's a newsstand?
Okay, now we're gonna get real technical real quick. This is the green yellow cover with silver webs UPC. To my understanding, this was only available in the polybagged version. Any versions of this book, green yellow UPC, that are not noted as polybagged, that have been slabbed, were sent into CGC in open bags or in no bags at all. That's why you'll see some of these books that look just like this without the polybagged designation. See that polybagged edition?
Yeah, polybagged, okay. Yes, right.
So right off the bat, these 2 books, printing wise, were different.
Right.
Now, here's green yellow cover, silver webs, 9.9. So 3 different ones so far, all green.
Right.
And the 4th one, green, purple webs, direct, but this is the polybagged edition 9.9. This is the biggest book, arguably, in my Spider-Man set. I won this on a heritage auction in 2019, I believe. I wouldn't sell this book for 5 times what I paid for it. There's only 2 of these in existence, 2 9.9 polybagged. So I've never seen the other one. I don't know who owns it, but I know a bunch of people that would love that, including me. This is a monster. Also polybagged, we got the silver edition. Now you could tell the silver edition, the polybagged. Remember I said earlier that if you sent in the green, there was no way to tell the difference and it was labeled as not polybagged.
Right.
Well, with the silver, there's no price. So you know it was the polybag. So CGC gets that right every time. Now we have the regular silver edition, also a CGC 10. There's only 20 of these, or 21 silver 10s. There are 30. So this book is I say more common, slightly more common than the green 10. Gold edition. Now, the gold editions were technically second print. They didn't come out in August of 1990. They came out, is it noted properly? No, it's still noted as August. Now, the gold second print had a print run of 500,000 copies. This is the one that everybody usually wants. And of the original 3, it's the rarest and the one that sells for the highest. So in a 9.8, this book is about $200. In a 9.9, it's about $3,000. And I think there's only 20 of these or 25 of these in existence. Rare book. I showed you the silver 10. I didn't show this one yet. Now, this is arguably the rarest book of the original 9 in terms of printings. This is the gold UPC. Now, the gold UPC, Marvel never documented exactly the print run on these. All they said was that it had a print run less than the platinum. Now, the platinum was published that there were 10,000 copies. So this 9,999 or 200, we don't know. Now, if you look at the amount of graded copies, I believe there's 1,800 or 1,900 graded platinums, and there's only 600 graded gold UPCs. So it's a factor of about 3, a third. Now, it doesn't mean that there's only 3,333 of these made, because there probably were a little bit more because they didn't survive. Remember, this was the Walmart edition that wasn't sold bagged and boarded, that wasn't sold in comic book shops, that probably got crushed in boxes, blah, 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 blah. 10 reasons why this is a rarer book. So I mentioned earlier, I picked this book up as $1 as a kid and sold it off and put that towards this Stan and Todd signed copy, which is going to be in the PC until I get my hands on a 9.9 gold UPC. And then we'll see about this guy.
Yeah, I think I've got my silver Stan and Todd behind me right here, and my gold. That's the only ones I've got. So I'm gonna have to eventually pick up the rest of the books. They're getting so expensive now. When I bought these, I think my gold was like $500 when I paid what I paid for that, and you wouldn't get it for $500 now. That's for sure.
No, it's I'm really happy to see that these books, especially the big ones, the platinum. Did I pull out the platinum yet?
I don't think you showed the platinum.
No, sorry. Of course, I forgot the big boy. This is the one that everybody wants in comparison to the gold UPC. It's got a different price box. It's got a different color scheme. It's got a thick cardstock black back cover that makes high grades impossible in this book. There are no 9.9s, there are no 10s. So for the time being, 9.8 SS is about as beast as you can get in this book. I'd love to have traded up someday to a Stan and Todd signed copy, but I'm only in this book about $1,200, and last sale was 48 or 4,900. So it's pretty healthy, and even if it comes down a little bit, I doubt it's going to come back to 2018 pricing. This is one of the favorite books in my collection.
Not only is that black cover hard to get a 9.8 on, but also that spine on that book is near impossible not to split. That hard cardstock, it'll split. Almost every one of them is split. I've never seen one that's not split, actually.
Yeah, I believe that's what's keeping it from a 9.9 or better. So presumably, their 9.8 is going to be top grade on that.
Yeah, because that's technically it's a manufacturer defect, so it's not really. It can't reach the 9.9 status. It can reach a 9.8 because of it's a manufacturer defect, but it can't reach a 9.9.
But there it is. Anybody that ever thought Big Ronnie was BS, and there it is, the absolute top original 9 SM1 collection on the planet. Anyone cares to dispute that, bigronnie.com, reach out, say hello. I know a couple of people that have a couple, but in terms of breadth and depth and everything else, we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Those are just the basic books. What do you want to see next, man?
Let me say this: on your registry set, if it wasn't for the fact that it takes all of the McFarlane run on that registry set, you would be in the lead right now because they don't have a section that's on the registry just for the number ones and the different versions of the number ones. As a matter of fact, they don't even claim all of the 9 versions.
No, they only, I think officially it's 6 or 7. But no, like I know the names of the two guys that have 2 books that I need. I need a gold UPC 9.9 and I need a silver polybag 9.9. Combined, there's 11 of those books in existence. It's going to take me a while to find them, but I found much rarer stuff. So I just got to be patient.
Well, what about your foreign books? SM1 is there's so many foreign versions of that book. I mean, do you know how many off the top of your head there are of the different versions?
Well, I'm going to be giving you a total for SM1, Spawn 8, and Spawn 231, the McFarlane pose, which is essentially what I collect. But I have 72 different comics, foreign books, that when the next McFarlane signing comes, is going to cost me $8,000 to get those signed and graded. But that is the plan. I've been steadily trading them up and getting them pressed as I could. I'm trying to build the foreign registry set for SM1. There is no set yet, and there aren't enough graded in order for me even to request it. So I'm at the phase now where I have to burn a little bit of cash and get some foreigns graded, even some duplicates, just to start building the availability of foreigns on the registry so I can get a set created.
Or if anybody else has foreigns out there that wants to get theirs graded, that would help out a lot too.
Please grade your foreign books. Help me build this set. But let's talk about some of the fun ones in the meantime. So 2 I just got back this week. This is the only graded Spider-Man Greek copy. Now, I don't know if you guys know about Greek comic culture, but they do not have a bag and board culture. It is very humid, and their books it's typically just normal to store them in stacks, open. So condition on Greek comics, terrible. Absolutely terrible usually. I'm very happy with this 6.5. The Greek is one of the rarest ones. I've only seen 8 or 9 in collectors' hands, people in the group and such like that. I have another raw one that I think is in better shape than this, that I'm planning on sending in for standard grading soon. And then I'll sell off the lower one. I'm trying not to keep too many doubles these days. My doubles box for sale is an entire big graded BCW box of Spider-Man stuff that I'm just trying to move.
Yeah,
I like
saw
buying doubles to trade up
Australia.
conditions.
Australia has the same problem with their culture as far as taking care of their books. When you try to find an Australian price variant of certain books, and they're terrible. You can't find them in a good grade. I've been looking for a Venom Lethal Protector 1 in a good grade, and it's impossible. I mean, I think there's very few 9.8s out there.
So one of the coolest foreigns that has got a little bit of a story behind it is this fella right here. This is the Complete Spider-Man UK video game edition. This was folded in half and stuffed in video game boxes in Europe in 1990. I've been talking about this book for a while. This was the first one that I had of it, CBCS 90. And I recently got another one graded. It came back a CGC 8.5, which I'm quite happy with. I don't think I'm going to be selling this double, actually. This is the rarest Spider-Man foreign by far. Estimated print run of the video games that it came with is around 3,000. And believe it or not, I actually tracked down and have a sealed, graded version of the game with the comic inside of it. This is from 1990, was all over Europe. This was the UK edition in English, and it's got the comic book inside of it. So this has caused me to start collecting and going after Spider-Man video games like a maniac. Because this, I hope we can zoom in on it. See the pose right there? Oh, yeah. So it's got McFarlane art on the box. It's my book from 1990. And I've identified, I believe, 18 different platforms and languages that the game was released in. I've tracked down a couple. Here's an Italian one. This was an open box with the 8.5 in it. And then I had another open box. These are all different platforms and versions. This is Italian IBM PC, and this one's UK Amiga. So different variations like that. There's 18 different versions of the game. And right now I have 6 games at VGA being graded to sealed versions of the game. I got 5 copies of it, believe it or not, and another one, just 1. So when those come back from VGA, I'll be up to 4 different sealed and graded versions of the Amazing Spider-Man game. 1 will have the comic in it. The other 3 will have the box art.
Is there a US version of that game?
This is the big box is the US version.
Okay.
But like I said, the different, this is Amiga. I have a Commodore. I have a IBM at VGA now. So they all had different versions and platforms that they came with. So this book got me into the video games, which I was never into. I mean, I kind of ran out of books to buy. I told you I really only need 2 SM1 books to basically wrap it all up. Yep. So I got into other ones, and the video games was a lot of fun.
You have the trading cards that came out. Those came out in 90 also, right?
I do a lot of research before I start collecting. So I'm going to shout out Victor Cole from the SM1 group. He gave me, I think, 10 or 12 different SM1 cards that he had built a list of, and it was a pretty good list. And after, I think we're up to 18 different versions that we found. I think I have 1 or 2 on the list that he doesn't count. I don't know if he's collecting the Spawn stuff like I am, but as of now, I'm up to 3 different PSA top grade, not just graded. If they're 9s, there's no 10, but there's a Gem Mint 10. This is a 9, there's no 10, and a Gem Mint 10. So as I've said before, I'm definitely a high grade whore, and the cards are no different. So those are the PSA top grades, and I have a couple of GMAs. This is the Spawn Chromium card, the Prism. This one in a lower grade, that's for sale. And this guy, the OG. Now, there's bunches of different cards that are all different after and trying to find graded or get these graded or trade up the conditions. But for anyone that's tracking them, that's the SM1 rookie card right there. That's the first time the pose was on a card. So I think I've got 6 of those that I'm looking at conditions now, and I'm trying to decide which ones to send in. But in addition to that, there's also the patches. These were 2014 Upper Deck limited edition, and they spell out Spider-Man. I'm missing the M. If anyone's got an M for me, my Kingdom 4. Sealed cards, the Spawn Chromium, and on and on and on. And, you know, it kind of doesn't end. Every couple of days we find something new, and I love it. I always think that we're going to run out, but it hasn't happened yet. So as long as I don't need to keep buying comics, I can buy other stuff.
So you have your Spawn 8 books right there?
I brought the good one. And I mean, they're all good, but I brought the banger.
Well, yeah, I know you got a really special Spawn 8 book because I know where you got it from.
Yeah, from your Sexiest. Spawn 8
That's
new
it.
game.
Yeah, that's I requested the green signature on.
It looks unbelievable. And if I'm not mistaken, there are only 3 signed 9/8 newsstands in existence. I was offered $2,000 for this book. I wouldn't sell it.
You got it for a lot less.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. You sent this in. I remember you sent this in with the McFarlane signing, the last McFarlane signing, late 2019.
Yeah, along with about 20 other books.
Yeah, so did I. I sent a 9/8 newsstand in, and it came back 9/6, unfortunately. But that is what it is. So yeah, this is one of the bigger SM1 related books in the collection. Like I said, with 1 out of 3, it's definitely one of the rarest.
Yeah, and I sent that was a Spawn number 9 newsstand that I'd sent in that I got signed in that same bunch, and I believe I was the first person to get $1,600 off of that book. Now it goes for $1,800, $1,900, $2,000.
You also broke the records and broke the bank with that Spawn 9 Angela newsstand.
Yeah,
big book. So here's a fun one. Spawn 231 Sketch Edition, signed by Stan and Todd. Why is Stan signing a Spawn book? I don't know. I don't care. I love it. It makes sense to me, and I was happy to nab it.
I'll take a Stan Lee signature on any book. It can be a Vertigo book. I don't care. I'll take it.
We skipped this one before when we were talking about big ones. Now, this is just a reprint, but it's an expensive reprint. This is Marvel Collectible Classics, Spider-Man #2 from 1998. There were 7,500 of these printed. Ramita Sr. signed 1,500 of them inexplicably. I still have only seen 2 of them in existence. I wear the other 1,498. It's unbelievable. So at max, there were 6,000 of these blue label. There are 10 9/9s total, 5 of them blue label, 5 of them signed. There's only 5 10s. I will have one of the 10s and trade this up someday. So anybody who wants to get on the list for this bad boy and let me know you want it, I'll let you know when it comes up for sale. But this is definitely not a long-term PC book because there are 10s out there and I want one.
That is also arguably the most beautiful SM1 book, in my opinion.
Well, that's because of the back cover.
Correct. Which brings us to the Spider-Man 13, which is the first homage of Spider-Man 1, which I have the version and a 9/8 signed, which was in that same order with the Todd McFarlane signatures.
I thought it would be more fun than bringing up the rarer one, the newsstand 9.8 SS that I have, but I brought up my Crane remarked one.
Love it.
Look at that.
I still want to get an Amazing Spider-Man 300 done just like that.
Yeah,
Can't
and
wait.
double signed, Todd signed, Crane signed. I traded a Spider-Man #1 Platinum 9.6 for this before it popped. Trade value to trade value is probably about 700 at the time, and this is way more now.
I would be willing to say that's probably $3,000 or better, maybe.
That's about what I would ask for it if I was selling. Yeah. Now, these are two very rare books. Your common as hell Spider-Man Torment trade paperback that anyone can get for $5 at any comic book shop, pretty much anywhere, except there's only about a dozen of these books graded. There's only one 9.8. I have it and it's signed. For some reason, these books grade very, very poorly. So this will not be going out for additional signatures should the creative team come available. This book is PC and final, unless the rare 9.9 pops up, but I can't see that happening.
I believe they grade so poorly because the minute that you open that book, you have a reader's crease immediately.
And now, the far more rare Spider-Man Torment trade paperback Diamond Distributors Edition. This was given to the top 700 retailers who sold Spider-Man 1 through 5. Very rare book. Like I said, 700 print run, and when it was shipped, it was shrink wrapped too tightly. And everyone that you see on eBay, there's about 10 up right now. They have bad, and CGC knows it with these books. They know what the story is. They don't consider it a manufacturer's defect because it was during shipping, technically. So these books get banged out very, very hard. Of the 700 that exist, there are only 18 graded. This is one of only 2 9.8s. I don't think there are going to be many more 9.8s. I am not cracking this for a SIG. It is what it is. It's staying just like this. I will look for another one, a high grade raw, to hopefully send for SIGs. Now, at the McFarlane, from the last McFarlane signing, I sent 3 of these in for SIGs, but my top grade was a 9.6. They all got 9.6s. I sold those off, and they've doubled in price since with the rest of the market. But this is a monster, and not many people are going to have the opportunity to buy this because myself and the other person who owns it, whom I know, are not selling.
I think the biggest problem with that book is that people don't realize how rare that book is. But you're talking about 700 print run of that book, and people are not trying to pay $10,000 a copy for that book. That's an issue. That's probably one of the most rare books that you'll find right there, and people just don't know about it. Is what it is, and it was treated like crap when it was sent out to all the retailers. So you're never going to find those 9.8s. I mean, it's you found a unicorn basically.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy, and it probably cost me $2,000 along the way, $200 a pop on the raw copies, the high grade raws that I was buying. I wish I could find those now. I probably wouldn't sell all the 9.6s if I had to do it again. But it is what it is, and let's move on to other rare anomalies in the SM1 world.
The blue lizard.
It looks like a normal silver, but this is the blue lizard variant. And there are 2 variants in these. This is the only one that is currently recognized by either CGC or CBCS. And on several pages and panels, the lizard appears blue instead of green because they ran out of yellow ink during the process. That is what happened. There's no mystery to it, but they were released, and it is, I've only seen 30 of these. either available or in people's collections, but may call it 50 of these in the years I'm collecting Spider-Man. So it's not like they're common. There's only about a dozen graded. I graded 8 or 9 myself. And I'm always looking for these. Every time you see a silver, open it up, make sure the lizard's green.
Yeah, and I sold my copy. That was it was a low grade, but it was signed by Stan Lee. So 5.0.
If that got verified by CBCS, it would be in my collection today. I'm still shocked at that point, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they said because Stan Lee had so many different, different times when he had his signature that they couldn't verify it, but there it was.
Here's another fun one. Silver cover signed by Ramita and Todd, but it's a 9898 double cover.
Do you still have the double cover that I sold you?
Sure do. Didn't want to show 2 of them, but this is PC and is not going to get cracked. There's no reason to risk the 9.8 for anyone else on this. I'm always looking for double covers. Obviously, I don't want anything married or green label. It's got to be legit. Anyone's got a triple cover or better, reach out. Great irregardless. I've never had the opportunity to buy a triple cover or better SM1, so I'm looking for that.
I don't even know if they exist.
They do. I've seen them for sale. If you look on GPA, you can see old listings. I also saw pictures of a 5 cover. I can't confirm it's correct. It's not married, but it looked okay to me. I would have taken a shot at it if it was for sale.
That would be expensive.
All right, what do you want to see next?
Oh, so what do you what do you think the absolute rarest thing that you have is?
I mean, the trade paperbacks, the 9.8 signed is one of one. The diamond 9.8 is one of 2. It's probably and this book will never get its due because it just not enough people will talk about it. It won't come up for sale. We may never see another one for sale in my lifetime because there's only 2 of them. It's the Polybag 99. That is a very, very big book. Only 2, and there's not going to be another one.
Right. So, what the next thing that you're going to go for after you accomplish what you're trying to get to, the last couple that you need, what are you going to do after that?
Well, let's talk about what I still need. I told you about the graded books. There's only 3 that exist that I don't have. I want to continue chasing the rare and weird ones like the double covers and blue lizards, copper lizards, the anomalies like that. There's 2 other misprints that I have in my collection. They're not really anything yet until I find more of them. But when you print that many books, some of them sneak out. But I want to keep going after the video games. I want to keep going after the cards. That's probably 10 or 15 grand by the time I find them all and get them all, if it's even possible.
So you still have a long way to go then, huh?
Well, it's not a long way. I'm chasing ghosts here. I just because I make a list that something exists doesn't mean I'll be able to find it for sale so that I can have it graded. I am high grade focused. So raw and open box and things like that just don't appeal to me. I need the high conditions in order to maintain the investment, because if it's not an investment, then I really don't want to be buying it. But foreigns, I'm only missing, I don't know, half a dozen foreigns I know about, 6 or 7 books. So once I get them at the constant trading them up, buy another one cheap and keep the better condition one and then sell it off. But then I have a whole box of doubles that I need to take the time to sell and get rid of them.
Yeah. You think you'll move on to a something different? I mean, I know you have the Ghost Rider collection and you're working on that also. Do you think that's going to be taking your focus after everything's collected?
Well, Spider-Man's going to be my focus just because I'm running out of things to buy. It just means that I get less, it'll be longer periods of time until I get excited about something. That's all that means. But it's archaeology at this point. I'm looking for some ephemera, some small print run comic shop flyers with the pose on the cover that I've only seen once. I don't even know where to look for it. I couldn't even imagine them popping up again, but they did exist. I saw them, and now they're on the list, and I track them down when I can find them. The ephemera is fun. The flyers, the comic shop stuff. That's going deep.
How much did that original art sell for the other day? You know, the cover,
Which piece?
the SM1 cover.
Oh no, that was a flashback. That wasn't a current sale.
Oh, okay.
That was the last time it sold, and it was six or 800 grand or something like that. It was a lot of money. Yeah. Now, if that came up today, I can honestly say it might hit $5 million, $6 million. There's no way it wouldn't set the record if that came up for sale today.
Yes, because the Secret Wars 8-page just
Three and a half.
ago.
Three and a half.
Yeah, 3.36 mil, I think, is what it actually pulled for one page.
I don't have I have some production art. I don't have any SM1 original art. I think that is I would have to trade my whole collection for it. But a page would be amazing at some point. But there's so many areas, from the posters to the postcards and weird foreign books, and trade paperbacks alone is 30.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A ton.
And when we first started talking about this, I didn't realize that there was that much out there, and that's not even counting the homage covers, because there's probably 1,000 of them by now. I mean, every time you turn around, they're making a new one. Somebody's doing an homage. Oh, you got the facsimiles though, right? You got those there in front of you, huh?
Yeah, let me grab those.
I did have a problem with one of the facsimiles. It's one of my most.
It's an entire box, absolutely packed, all facsimile.
And you actually have my hated book too,
Which one's that?
the Peach Momoko.
It is my least favorite of them, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I have it in the collection, and it has to be there. But let's make some room here. Grab a book. This is the most recent one I got. This is comics edition, signed by Cranebo Sig, but it is manufacturer defect. The centerfold is miscut and unattached. So that was different enough for me to pick up. We have the Kyle Willis edition, Virgin.
Why is that a no grade?
Because Kyle added his original art to a comic book after manufacturing. So it wasn't an official release. So CGC didn't know what to do with it in terms of what book is it? Is it a Peach Momoko or is it a Kyle Willis? Right. So they decided to encapsulate it but not give it a grade, and I'm okay with that. This is a artist proof. He only did 5 of each of the artist proofs.
And Kyle is a great artist. Let me throw that out there. He's awesome.
Absolutely. I'm a fan. I bought the art to this piece. I left it downstairs. I didn't think I needed to, floss that hard, but love that. The Kyle AP1, very shiny book. Whee!
Yeah, it's like metal.
There's the Momokos. Shattered silver, shattered gold, not signed. There are no signed golds yet. Matt DeMasi and I are in contact. He got a bunch back, but they were mislabeled green label. So they had to go back and get relabeled, but there are some gold 9/8s and 9/6s signed by Matt, signed in sketch with his spider. I love them. They're going to be coming out for sale soon. This is the only facsimile edition that actually said 30th anniversary edition on the book, which I think is pretty cool.
For the people that don't know who Matt DeMasi is, he makes these covers out of tile. He literally takes tile, breaks it, makes the covers just like that, and those are reproduced into comic book covers.
All right, so moving on, we have the Crane. Now this was original art that was created for the facsimile edition by Clayton Crane. He didn't tell anybody this was coming. It dropped on his website the night that he did the black cover, I think. There's the Virgin set. Black suit. 199 SS. Gold. Silver. Original green.
I like the trade dress in those.
Me too. This was the first one that we saw, and I love it. Do you remember what the original art for this piece sold for?
No.
28,000. Here's the regular facsimile edition. None of these are signed yet. I don't even know who I would get that by. Now these are these are cooler than average. These are the negative and reverse negative Scorpion Comics edition. I have a matching COA set on these, number 8 out of 800. Very, very low. But my favorite one is another Crane remark.
Yeah, that's my favorite one too.
How sick is that? It just works. I know Anti-Venom would have looked better. I considered it, but I wanted Venom to match my SM13 Venom, and I love it. I love it.
Crane does the best remarks out of most people.
Yeah, that's everything you can possibly get for the Spider-Man facsimile. I've got foreigns. I've got the 6 Turkish foreigns that came out as well. So the Error, Kyle's books, the foreigns, I think it's 26 total different books so far that got reprinted just for SM1 for the 30th anniversary.
Oh, the 90s kids are going to love this video. It's a lot of nostalgia here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned after this video because I've got Ronnie's whole collection, including all of the posters, all the cards, everything that's in his collection from his Google Photos. I've got on a slideshow that I made coming up straight after this. So just stay tuned after the video. And hey, if you haven't already, like and subscribe if you don't mind. Trying to build this YouTube audience up. So give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment. Let Ronnie know what you think about his collection because it is what this video is going to be called, the biggest, sexiest Spider-Man 1 collection. And it is, in my opinion, and I believe it's his opinion too, that it is that. So
I got boxes of closed cards. I got statues, posters. The foreign stuff is just sick. The foreign is it's disrespectful. My foreign Spider-Man set. It really is. It's tough to start collecting now when my doubles. In my doubles, I have let me hang on. These are doubles, stuff just for sale. McFarlane keepsake collection, but it's a
proof set.
Sealed sealed, and the condition in this is gorgeous. Marvel Requirer, early preview, Keepsake Collection 2, no SM1 pose in there. One of the rarest Spider-Man foreigns, the Japanese 1994 edition.
You know, believe it or not, I remember seeing those keepsake collections, those proof sets. I seen them when I was a kid on the Home Shopping Network.
Really?
Yeah, I should have picked them up, I guess.
Got a couple of homages for sale. The Mighty Mouse, Dark Avengers, Vampire State Building, and this is a rare one. Lethargic Ashcan. I guess it was a preview before the main one came out. I don't know much about a print run, but I think it's tiny.
Hey, are you still looking for the G.I. Joe?
Yeah, that's one of the few books I don't have. Yeah.
I had one and it ended up, I got it signed and it was a 9.4 and I ended up selling it.
I'll pay market. I'll pay market whenever we can find it. All right, so now these are doubles for sale. This is the Greek Tomb, the Tomo issue. I'm gonna open this guy up so you can see how sick this is. In Greece, like I said, the climate for selling books is bad. So the publisher bought them back so they didn't go bad on the newsstand and rebound them into different editions. So look what's right inside the front page of this guy. And you can see it's 5 comics just rebound with a new cover. Now I've only seen 3 of these. I bought every one I got my hands on. By mistake, not by mistake, but I regret selling one. I wish I was sending 3 into CGC. I emailed Matt Nelson, the head grader, showed him pictures of this, and he said they would grade it, no problem. So even though it's a double, I think I might be sending this in for grading and saving for the next McFarlane signing. French album down here. It's not the regular French edition, it's the collection. Brazil, a couple of previews. There's a Spider-Man 1 poster in these guys. These are, what country? I don't remember, forgive me. Mexico SM13, Italian SM1, Finnish SM1, Brazilian, Italian SM13. Just so.
Coimbra, that's Turkish. Is that Turkish?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do not remember.
Something tells me that's what it was. I can't remember either.
But no, we've been going hard with trying to trade conditions up. So anytime I had a chance to grab a foreign or a cool thing that I could trade up and flip, I usually went after it, and that's why I have a whole big box of these doubles. But the Greek, the Japanese, most people don't even have those in their collection, and you can get them now. They will be for sale. Please let me know. But yeah.
Are you selling off of a web page, Ronnie, or are you just on eBay?
No, I'm only selling on Facebook right now. I don't want to deal with the eBay new tax implications for 2022
and fees.
Yeah,
that's why I'm sticking to. Been having a lot of luck with Instagram, and yeah, eBay is fee-bay.
Well, it's not that. It's the federal reporting that they're going to have to give you a 1099 for all sales over $600.
Right.
So that's going to be a killer for me. I'm not going to do business on eBay anymore. And if I think I'm going to be selling and not trading a lot, I'll probably just start a business to keep it all kosher.
Now, let me say this while we're talking about eBay. If you have an Instagram page or a Facebook page, like mine is Cracking Comics. I'm at Cracking Comics on Instagram. Ronnie's is at Big Ronnie Hustles on Instagram, and he's got his what's your Facebook? It's just under Ronnie Paracella, right?
Facebook.com/Big Ronnie.
Right. If you have an eBay page, an eBay sellers page, use your Instagram or Facebook so that people can find you off of eBay. That, trust me, do that, because I can't tell you how many people I've tried to find, and you can save money on fees and taxes and all kinds of things if you just do that. So just a word to the wise. I think we went through everything, huh, Ronnie?
Oh, definitely not. And I got 4 more boxes downstairs, but I couldn't bring everything up. But it's extensive. I think I'm up to 220 or 230 unique items in the collection, completely different SM1 items. And I know the guys with the next 4 or 5 best collections, and the majority of them aren't graded and high grade the way I am. I think the collection stands on its own, and every week I just make it nastier.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, I tell you what, this shouldn't be the last video that we make together. I know we have other things. I've got my lethal protector, venom lethal protector collection. It's not as big as it used to be, not as sexy as it used to be, because I got rid of my black error. Wish I hadn't, but it helped me get a bunch of books that I needed to get. So
yeah.
And I've got my my Vampire Tales collection also, which is still #1 on the registry. So I look forward to doing more videos with you, and especially like that Ghost Rider. We need to do that.
Oh, Golden Age Ghost Rider, I could talk all day. That's I got a big shipment in this week, but that's for a different video. This is SM1, and that guy, everyone, thank you for watching. Please come by the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/doom for Spider-Man 1 group, and come on out, say hello, trade some books, right. Bring the good shit, make me jealous.
Hey, thank you for coming by, Ronnie, and doing this video with me. I appreciate it, man.
My pleasure.
Big Ronnie. Brooklyn, thank y'all.
Brooklyn out.
Louisiana out.
I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows, yeah, everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I find it so hard being addicted to your love. I find it so hard being addicted to your touch. I find it so hard knowing that you are just my drug. And I find it so hard knowing you treated me like a mark. We ain't gotta talk about it right now, 'cause every time we talk about it, you stare at the floor. Give me the stars like I thought right now. You gotta go, baby. We ain't gotta talk about it right now, 'cause every time we talk about it, you stare at the floor. Give me the stars like I thought right now. You gotta go, baby. I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows. Everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows. Everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. 'Cause everything turned to nothing so easily, and now you ain't there, it's so clear to see. Like, why were you acting suspiciously? You said that you needed some room to breathe, and all I ever wanted was your honesty. I just don't know what to believe. Just don't lie to me. I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows. Everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking every single time. about it, I already know. Cause every time we talk about it, you stare at the floor. Give me the stars like I don't already know. You gotta go, baby. You gotta talk about it, I already know. Cause every time we talk about it, you stare at the floor. Give me the stars like I don't already know. You gotta go, baby. I can't feel your voice. Cause everybody knows. Everybody knows. And I feel your body shaking of every single time. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I can't feel your voice. Cause everybody knows. Everybody knows. And I feel your body shaking of every single time. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. dancing on the floor. You drank the sea, you wanted more. I'm always high, never low. Took your hand, led behind the door. I wanna take your clothes off, off, off. I wanna see myself above, above. My sex pistols are loaded. Your boyfriend will never know this. Na 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 na. 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 Why, sweet baby, come on me. I'm so dirty, so come on me. Up tonight you can be free, but now you're mine, so come on me, yeah. I love it. We are dancing in the bed. You are so nasty and so bad. With my jet I'll see your jet. You're Snow White, but now you're red. Your smile is cute to hold me tight, tight, tight. It feels like the longest night, night. You should know I'll get you all. It's my sort of rock and roll. Na 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 na. 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 Why, sweet baby, come on me. I'm so dirty, come on me. Up tonight you can be free, but now you're mine, so come on me, yeah. Come on me, come on me. I'm so dirty, come on me. Come on me, come on me. I'm so dirty, come on me. Come on me, come on, come on. Oh fuck. My sweet baby, come on me. I'm so dirty, come on me. Up tonight you can be free, but now you're mine, so come on me, yeah. I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows, yeah, everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking at every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I find it so hard being addicted to your love. I find it so hard being addicted to your touch. I find it so hard knowing that you are just my drug. And I find it so hard knowing you treated me like a mark. We ain't gotta talk about it right now, 'cause every time we talk about it, you stare at the floor. Give me the stars like I don't right now. You gotta go back. We ain't gotta talk about it right now, 'cause every time we talk about it, you stare at the floor. Give me the stars like I don't right now. You gotta go back. I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows, yeah, everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking at every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows, yeah, everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking at every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. 'Cause everything turned to nothing so easily, and now you ain't there, it's so clear to see. Like, why were you acting suspiciously? You said that you needed some room to breathe, and all I ever wanted was your honesty. I just don't know what to believe. Just don't lie to me. I can feel your heart racing, 'cause everybody knows, yeah, everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking at every single touch. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Talk about it right now, 'cause every time we talk about it, you stare at the floor.